morning and welcome along to another edition of Adventures with Otis. And this morning we're on the English side of the original Severn Bridge at the services, and we're going to head to Chepstow. What do you think, Otis? Are you ready? Come on, let's go. Well, as you guessed, we need to cross over the River Severn to get to Chepstow. And here's the public footpath, the Severn Wye path. So we got 3.5 miles to Chepstow. Pedestrians and prams and dogs on leads only. Does that mean pedestrians and prams need to be on the leads as well? Or just the dogs? What do you think, Otis? Should we carry on? Let's go. Down the steps. Be a good boy. So not only do we need to go across the River Severn, but to get to the footpath we need to cross over the M48 motorway. And here we are, this is the M48 looking towards the Severn Bridge and Wales. This is where we just walked from, and this is looking over towards well, eastwards, London sort of direction. And if you look and zoom in, you can see a welcome to England sign, even though we are actually in England at the moment. We'll actually get into the Wales until we cross the Wye Bridge, which is the next bridge along from the River Severn Bridge. So there we go, public footpath to Chepstow, public footpath to Usk. We're heading towards Chepstow. We've come from the rest area. Okay, Otis, this way. As you can see, it's 2 miles before the junction for Chepstow, which is where we'll be turning around and heading back. And the main reason why I've got Otis on a short lead today is look how close we are to the traffic. Really close indeed. It's a good boy. Well, the idea of this bridge started back in the 1920s when the Urban District Council of Chepstow convened a meeting with local neighbourhood authorities to consider a crossing to ease the congestion delays on the A48 passing through Gloucestershire. So the Severn Bridge major strengthening works began in 1986 and 1991, and this plaque was erected as a tribute to those involved and in remembrance for those whose men were tragically lost with their lives during those works. John Cornelia Shaw, Eric Allen Sullivan, Robin Chester Phelps and Kevin John Hoskins. Sorry about that. But Severn Pride, this plaque was erected as a tribute to the men who built this bridge and to commemorate those who gave their lives in the construction between May 1961 and September 1966. Again, another 6 members: Thomas Edward Baines, Albert Sidney Helms, Harold Eric Croft, John Newton, Ivor J. Holliday and Henry Virgo. And just a little edit here just to show you the construction of the bridge back in 1965-66 along with the actual opening in 1966. Okay, Otis. Oh, this is where we leave the land pillars. This is where the bridge is anchored to land. And these are the suspension arms. These main suspender cables travel right the way up over the 2 pillars and the towers, and then are anchored both sides of the river estuary into bedrock. And if you look right the way up here, you can see that there are some steel ropes as well just above, and there's even a gate there, so the workmen can actually walk right the way from here up to the tower itself. Yes, all the way up there, Otis. Which is no mean task. I wouldn't like to do it. Well, the bridge itself needs lots of maintenance, up above, below and also in the middle. As you can see here, you've got entrance to the centre part of the bridge, and this spans the complete underneath of the motorway itself. And it's about 10-15 feet tall inside that cavity. And Just jumping topics a bit. Before the bridge was built, there was a ferry crossing between Usk and Beachley. This was set up in 1926 and only carried cars, pedestrians and motor vehicles. Goods vehicles had to drive right the way up and around Gloucestershire. The Beachley ferry used to disembark and embark here, just the other side of the pylon at Usk. Okay, young fella. Well, the bridge actually built in two stages. You had the substructure built, which was completed in 1963 by the contractors John Howard & Co. But then the superstructure contract was awarded to the Associated Bridge Builders Limited, which are joint ventures between Sir William Arrol and Co. and Cleveland Bridge and Engineering Company. I think that was right. And that was in 1963 that they started. And it was completed then, the whole bridge complete and opened by the Queen in 1966. Well, we talked about maintenance under the motorway itself, and we talked about maintenance walking right the way up there to the tower along the superstructure of the suspension. Now this device here travels underneath the bridge, the full span of the width of the bridge, and you just climb the ladder down and then into a little cage underneath. Here it is. Don't forget the honky horn now. Well, again, another maintenance touch, this time for the main tower itself. Now, just over my shoulder here, we can just about make out the Prince of Wales Bridge. This is the second Severn crossing. This is a suspension bridge as well, but as you can see, it's got lots of land pillars right the way across. So we start over at Avonmouth. These are all land pillars. Then you've got the main suspension bridge, followed by more land pillars heading over towards the shores of Mega. Oh, Otis, you're being very patient. Good boy. Well, the Severn Bridge itself is just over 2 miles long in all, and it spans in a perfectly straight line. Look at that. That's looking towards Wales, right the way around, looking up towards England and the cliffs of Usk. Okay, Otis. So we're getting nearer to the centre of the bridge. This is also a maintenance spot, hence why there's a ladder here. The very centre of the bridge, it's only 9 feet to the suspension wire, so you can actually get up onto the suspension arm and hold on the 2 wire handrails and walk the entire length of the bridge, either towards England, right the way there up to the tower, or the other direction, right the way along towards Wales and up and over the other tower. Tell you what though, it takes one brave person to do that. Not for me. I'm going to stick to walking Otis. Okay boy, come on. And let's just see if I can zoom in now on the island of St. Twogs. I think that's how it's pronounced. A little Welsh island anyway. And it's actually got a medieval chapel on there. Hold you in a second, Otis. Over this side. Just while the bridge maintenance people come past. Okay. Good boy. Okay, morning. There you go. This way, good boy. And now it's time to teleport! And as if by magic, Otis, we're on the other side of the bridge. Wasn't that amazing? Come on, laddie. Let's go and have a look from this side. There we go. So this is looking over upstream towards Gloucestershire and Lydney. Still in England. This is the Beachley area, and you just about make out there the ramp going down. That is where the old Beachley to Usk ferry used to depart. It is, that's right, Otis. now we're coming up to the westward land-based tower, which supports the suspension arms and also the suspension rods, etc., keeping this bridge upright, which is a good thing. And once again we've got another one of these sort of carts that travel under the bridge for inspecting the goings on under the bridge, and they actually roll on, hence the bottom of the bridge can be inspected right the way along. Okay, onwards and westwards, Otis. And from here we should get a good view of the old Ferry Inn business centre. It used to be a pub, but it's now a business centre. And also if we just look down you can see the Coast Guard station, and also that's the Coast Guard station back up, and Sara in the front. And that's the lifeboat station for the River Severn estuary. I've just spotted, yes it is, it's a Google Maps car. Well, there we are. Hey Otis, we're on camera again. And the area we just come up to is the concreted section where it's fixed to the ground. Yes, this is the anchorage station for the suspension arms this side of the bridge. This is obviously one of the maintenance huts. Oh, I see the maintenance crew are heading back up towards us. Wait, just wait there. Okay, good boy. Okay, cheers, bye. Now I'm just going to change camera modes, see if we get a better shot. That's not bad, that's better. And just to join in the woodland walk, here we are, we're now in the woods. Really at tree height. What are you watching there, Otis? What are you watching? Oh, there's a chap there with his golden lab. I just missed the lab. The guy's out on patrol. Hi. Yeah, he's gone under the bridge. He went under the bridge, Otis. Yeah, he went under the bridge. You see him? Come on, little lad. Coming up here, to the end of the Severn Bridge. That's the end of the Severn Bridge. And this is the start of the River Wye Bridge, which is also a suspension bridge. There you go, Otis. Yay! Heading back to Wales. Just need to cross the River Wye. And back in 1981, I attended Beachley Army Camp to receive my Chief Scouts Award. Well, there we go. Yes, just over there, Otis. Yes, come on, good boy. Off to Wales we go. No speeding, Otis. Don't want to set their camera off. And this is another one of the bridge maintenance units. They actually span the full width of the bridge, and it travels underneath the bridge so they can work on it. And looking at the construction of this, it's actually a cable stayed bridge, not a suspension bridge, because the whole bridge is suspended from those armoured cables. I'm guessing the bridge here is about 400 metres long, which makes up about 25%, I suppose, of the entirety of the Severn and the Wye Bridges together. This is where we come up to the River Wye, and if I just zoom in, and in the foreground we've got Cavan Park, and just beyond that you can just about make out Sedbury. Now Sedbury is the village that we would have walked from on part 1 of the Wales coast path when we crossed over the other Wye Bridge into Chepstow, which is just in sight now. And these are the woodlands that we walked through, and right in the middle there you'll see some buildings which you would walk past. That was all bulwark, and we finished off part 1 of the Wales coast path right at that building there, which was the football field. Okay Otis, come on, let's go. And officially we're now in Wales, Otis, because we've crossed the River Wye, and this is the railway that runs from Gloucestershire right the way down through Chepstow towards Newport. And we also crossed that path in the second edition of the Wales Coast Path. So there we are. I'll leave some links at the end of the video, because they were great walks. Well, we're getting nearer the end, Otis. There's the signpost for Chepstow, showing the A48 and the A466. We're on the M48 at the moment, so if you look on Google Maps you'll get an idea of where we are. But we're going to be signing off very soon. We're just going to head off through the final gate, take this back to dry land, and hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget, please leave some comments, give us a thumbs up, and all in all, click that important notification bell and you'll be notified any future videos. So like I say, cheerio, and from here we just do a little turn around and look at the bridge. There, wait there Otis, there we go. That's the Wye Bridge and the Severn Bridge done for today. Say bye for me and a cheerio from Otis.